again with the Denny Kelch Show, and today I just wanted to share with you guys my story of obviously going from working as a security guard making $16 an hour to being a top performer making multiple six figures in the automotive industry selling cars. And honestly, when I got into it, I kind of like cars, but I don't really love cars. I'm not like a car enthusiast, but one thing I do love is I do love people. And I understand the importance of connections and building relationships and being able to communicate with people and persuade. And, I learned really quickly because I'm the type of person where I just always see the best in people. And I just want to share my story and basically my experience from going from, like I said, being a security guard to being a top performer at one of the top Hyundai dealerships in Western Canada, right? So it's not something that's easy to do, but I definitely want to share my story because hopefully it can inspire you guys to make a shift in your life if necessary, if you want to do something. And sales is for everybody, to be honest with you. It's just you got to get out of your comfort zone and start talking to people and building relationships with other human beings and connections and stuff like that. It's very important. It's vital for life. And the only reason people get depressed and suicidal is a lot of times is because they're alone and they don't have anybody to confide in. They don't have anybody to talk to and, share their issues with and problem solve with. So let me get into the story from where I went from, like I said, working as a security guard to working in sales. So I was working at a casino, working security. I was also going to school studying health and physical education at University of Mount Royal, and I was getting my degree. And I thought I had an idea of what kind of path that I was choosing, and thought, what, this was for me. So the thing is, I remember when I was younger, when I was in school, when I was in high school specifically, actually my gym teacher, who was also my TA, he was also my basketball coach. And I remember one time in grade 10, and he caught me slipping, and he was like, "Yeah, Danny, hey, do you smoke?" He's like, "You don't smoke weed, do you?" Oh no, sorry. He asked me, "Are you going to try out for the basketball team?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna come out for the basketball team." And he's like, "Okay, well, I smelled some weed on you the other day, so if you are gonna join the basketball team, you're gonna have to quit that stuff." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, I was around some people, but whatever." I was lying to him, but at the end of the day, I learned quickly the importance of having a mentor and having a coach and somebody that actually will point you in the right direction. Anyways, I learned from him that I actually wanted to be a coach and a mentor and somebody who could help other people. And, he did it to the young kids in high school and stuff like that. And he had a major impact on my life. And I wouldn't be who I am today or where I am today if it wasn't for, his mentorship and his coaching to keep me on the right path and keep me in basketball. Anyways, the reason why I was sharing that story was because then I decided I was going to, go into health and physical education and get my degree at the university because I wanted to coach people and help people, right? And then ironically enough, now I'm working on a sales coaching business and trying to build people. Basically, it's like sales and leadership and personal development because they're all one and the same. Right? These are all important things for life in general, especially if you're trying to progress as a human being and if you're trying to progress as an individual. Then sales, leadership, your own self-development, self-mastery, basically all these things are super important for you to progress and become the best version of yourself. So I went from making $16 an hour to crushing it in the automotive industry. Have a ton of trophies that I have behind me from crushing it in sales. Now I'm a sales manager at, again, the top Hyundai dealership in Western Canada, and I'm leading the team, improving my leadership abilities. I'm improving my public speaking. I'm improving my sales training and sales coaching abilities, and slowly starting to progress inch by inch. But the point of my story is I started as just a security guard, young kid, going to university, trying to working on getting my degree. And, you could say I'm a college dropout technically because I only did 2 years. Yeah, my GPA was great, but I didn't finish it, right? But again, you don't always have to finish everything that you start. That's another thing too, is if it's not serving you anymore, don't do it anymore. Do something else, right? And that's what I learned kind of throughout my journey and transitioning. But basically the way I got into sales is, at the time I had a break from school, and it was summer, and I just wanted to get a different job. So I asked my buddy, and I was talking to him about it. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm looking for a new job. And he's like, oh, my brother actually works at Sunridge Nissan, and he's making like over 10 grand a month. I was like, oh, damn. I was like, 10 grand a month? So like in my brain, that's all I saw. I was like, damn, like you can make 10 grand a month. I'm like, that's amazing. I'm like, man, I'll be down to do that. So sure enough, boom, I get into car sales. My first month I sell 10 cars. My third month I had a commission check for $23,000. I'm like, damn, but in my mind, I thought that it was possible. I was already thinking in my head that I'm going to be the top salesperson. Even I had people at the casino trying to tell me, like, I remember one of the servers is like, oh, you're going into car sales? Like, man, car sales is hard. Like, there's a lot of sharks over there. And he was telling me the story of how weak he was when he was trying to do sales and this and that, and he just gave up. And all I said to him, I was like, oh man, I'm like that might have been for you, but brother, I'm going to absolutely crush it. I'm going to be the top salesperson that dealership has ever seen. Because in my mind, I was already going there to do my absolute best in that. Right? Anything you do, you should be doing your absolute best. Even again, when I was a security guard, I was being the best security guard there possibly was. I did everything I possibly could, but it doesn't matter how much effort and energy I put into that job, I wouldn't make more than the $16 an hour that I was making. And then as soon as I was in this environment that fosters, personal development and people who are striving for more and people who are the harder you work, the more you get paid, then all of a sudden I was a top performer because all that hard work would pay off. Because if you work a lot harder in sales, in a commission sales job, guess what? You're going to get paid more. So all of a sudden I was getting paid more and I saw the potential and I'm like, damn. And I'm sharing this story because the same could go for you if you want to just transition into something else. Like if you're doing something right now and it's not serving you and you're not enjoying it and you're not progressing and you're not becoming a better version of yourself, you're not making enough money and you're stressing and you're check to check and whatever's going on in your life and you're just not happy and you're not content with it, well maybe it's time to do something about it and make a change and actually like figure out a different path that might work for you better. And sometimes you got to try different things to realize what actually might work for you. And then you're going to find your gift. And all of a sudden you're like, damn, I'm super talented at this. And I realized I was super good at just communicating with people and persuading and influencing people and getting them to smile and genuinely enjoy the experience of dealing with me when they're at the dealership. Because that's honestly the biggest thing. It's not even about how much you know about the car. Nobody really cares about that stuff. You can look up the information online together. Like, hey, yeah, we're friends. Like, let's look it up together. Like, I'm sorry, man, I'm brand new. I don't really know exactly. I don't have all the answers for your questions. But what I can do is I can find out that information for you to make sure that I answer all your questions correctly. Right? So, anyways, I'm getting off on a little bit of a tangent. But the moral of the story is, it doesn't matter where you came from, where you start. You can transition into something and become better and do more with your life if that's what you want. Right? If that's not something you want, then this video is not for you anyways. So, if you're not looking to improve your life and progress, then don't watch my videos. It's all good. But at the end of the day, you all have the potential to do better, be better, become the person that you want to be, because when you become the person that you want to be, you're going to have the life that you want to have. Okay? So hope you guys got some value out of this video, hearing my little story about kind of where I came from security to top performer. Now I'm going to be running one of the top sales coaching and leadership companies in the world. So mark my words, we're going to watch this video back in like 2-3 years and be like, damn, look how far this guy came. Anyways, hopefully you guys got some value and hit subscribe, follow for more.